So the first case study will now be presented by Marc Peeters from Bambu Nusa Verde and our colleague Benoit Tardy from the Southeast Asia IP SME Helpdesk. So the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much for welcoming us. I am Benoit Tardy, and I will be having a discussion with Mr. Marc Peeters, partner of and founder of Bambu Nusa Verde. So next slide, please. And now I leave all the floor to Mr. Marc Peeters to present a bit of his company and tell us a bit what was the idea of founding a company, why you choose Indonesia as a destination for the business, what kind of services do the company offer. Well, briefly explain a bit more of your company and its activities.
Okay, thank you, Benoit. Hello, everybody, wherever you are. My name is Marc Peeters. I came in 1977 to Indonesia already, only for 3 weeks, and I'm still stuck here. So I must like it here. Now, after being in telecommunications for 30 years, I wanted to do something else, looking to something green, and I found that in bamboo. That is why the company is Bambu Nusa Verde. So we make bamboo plants. Not many firms do that. In university, you do that, but on a commercial basis, it's not happening a lot. You can count the companies that do that on your one hand. Yeah, the next slide, please. We originate out of Belgium. We based our technology on opprins. We are for the moment not anymore linked to opprins, but still to Mr. Jan Opprins, who was the creator of the tissue culture, the creator of making bamboo plants in a bottle. So we continued the technology into to do that in Indonesia, in Yogyakarta. Why he chose, next slide please. Why he chose Indonesia? Because yeah, it's very fertile here. There is a big market. There is a lot of land. And bamboo is a pioneer plant, and it's greener than any other plant. So, but why we do this? Why we make bamboos in a bottle? It's because bamboos never or seldom have seeds. So a bamboo is flowering maybe every 70 years, 90 years, 100 years. There are even species that don't flower or never recorded that they were flowering. So when they are flowering, they create the seeds, and then the seeds you can plant, grow again new bamboos. But this is seldom, so you have to wait maybe forever in order to have one typical bamboo flowering. So you can do that on branch cuttings, like in the middle of the slide, but this you cannot make a volume. In volume, you can only make by the technology what we have, and then you can put a nursery full with bamboo and plant everywhere. Where we export these plants, we export it all over the world. We make Africa green. We also send to South America. We send to Europe, Australia, and of course in Asia and Indonesia. Yeah, next. Yeah, here is, you see the bamboos are very small. They are growing in a bottle. And then we have a lot of operators. We have 13 operators working to do these handlings. And by that, yeah, in tropical bamboos, I think we are maybe one of the biggest. We make a total of 40 different species, of which half is ornamental, most of it for the Australian market. But the rest is really industrial bamboo, which you can use for making energy, biomass. You can use it for making flooring, like we know from China, it's mosso. But also make textile, you can make paper from it, charcoal, even bio energy, biogas you can make from it. So the next. So this is, we grow them in the laboratory, and then we plant them out in the greenhouses, and then eventually in the nursery. So we have in total big 18,000 square meters. We have 500,000, up to 500,000 bamboos in stock. And those are sent out over the world in smaller sizes, maximum 30 centimeter, And for the local market, we send out plants ready to plant 80 centimeter. Yep, next. So how it's done, and then we come to our worries and why I contacted Benoit and team in Vietnam. So how we do that, we have two different processes. I show you only one here, and that is we take out of a bud of a bamboo, then we put it in a special media, and then we hope that the bamboo, this piece that we cut out of the bamboo, that it is still thinking that it is on the bamboo plant, and that it starts growing into the bottle. If that is working, then we go to a multiplication that's in the center, and then if that is working again, so the bamboo it's quite difficult to do this process because of contaminations happening into the plant. The bamboo is very high exposed to contaminations, more than any other plants. Again, the reason why not so many institutions or companies do this. And then on the right side, that's so in the middle, and the top on the middle, it's the bamboo is growing without roots, and then we put in roots. And on the next picture, and then if it's big enough, then if the root is well developed, then we put in tunnels, and then they grow up until the middle. Then it's called a plug, which is 30 centimeter, which is sent all over the world. And we grow it up further till 80 or 1 meter, and that is can be planted around Java or in Indonesia when there is a possibility to ship by truck. So again, this process is quite difficult because every species has a different treatment. They need another protocol, they need another media composition in order to grow. So we were very much concerned how we can do that, since everybody is talking now about bamboo in textile, bamboo to make everything green. So it means that we should have started to think about how to protect our processes, how to protect our name, because many start to use our name even as the producer of tissue culture, but they buy our plants and then they sell it under their name as tissue culture, and they don't do the process. So that is the reason why I was in contact with the team in Vietnam. How can we do that? Next, please.
Okay, thank you very much, Marc, for presenting your company. So now we will jump into the core IP issues. So in fact, we remember you because you decided to approach and get in contact with the IP, well, the SEA IP SME Helpdesk. Could you tell us a bit more about how did you met us? And
yes, we met. Then there was a seminar here in Jakarta where you made a presentation on intellectual property rights and how it could be protected in what way. So with patents or registering the technology in what way. So we continued the discussion during the months, and then we made up our minds that first of all, we have to register our name, like I told already. They use this Bambu Nusa Verde as a reference, since the bamboo is totally different and performs totally different in the field, in growth-wise and yield-wise and speed-wise. So
so basically it was that you were already worrying a bit for the future and wanted to obtain maybe some protection before growing up the business.
Yeah, yes, that's right. And then we had to look to a patent, but the patent, again, there you have to disclose all the details, and that we didn't want to do. So we opted for, first of all, registering our name, but that is on your advice. And that we could protect, and then eventually, if we ever will share our technology to a third party to do the same in other countries, how we could do that. How we could protect our trade secrets, and that again with non-disclosure agreement and a confidentiality agreement with it, the third party should give us some kind of protection.
Because one of the biggest concern was either to use a patent, but in fact it was already existing patent, and you were like improving the patent. And also we advise you to more follow the trade secret part, confidentiality, secrecy.
That's right. Yeah, so that we did do that. We registered our name. You saw that in the previous slide. We have Bambu Nusa Verde, the logo is registered, and then BBIT, BBIT. This is Bamboo Biotechnology, which is also registered. It's currently in the registration office of the Intellectual Property Rights Division in Jakarta. And
So basically, these are actions that were taken just after we spoke, and you also managed to get some information from other official sources.
Yes, but in fact, we tried to find out ourselves, most of it thanks to your guidance, how it's done in Indonesia and what is the best way to do it in Indonesia. So for that, I must sincerely thank you to guide us along the way. And that's what we have for the moment. So we have this BBIT register. So it means that our plants can take behind the name of the Latin name of the bamboo, we can put BBIT. So everybody will know BBIT. From where comes BBIT? It is from Bambu Nusa Verde, and that's a brand name.
And this is from the trademark and trade secret perspective. But I remember also that you were registering species before the Ministry of Agriculture. Could you tell us a bit more about this?
Yes, in order to get recognized by the government, we had to do something special. And that is to get an approval of a plant that was made in the laboratory with all the characteristics around it, how big it was, how it grows, what color it has, and all that. So we do that. It's quite a long process also. It has been verified and that has been certified. So we have two key species. One is an ornamental, another one is an industrial species, which carries now the name of BBIT, and we give a code and even behind that. So it's very clear that this is a bamboo coming from us with these and these characteristics.
And you will in the future continue to protect some other species, maybe some other trademarks, or it will depend on the evolution of the business?
Yes, first of all, I think we have to register our name, and then we can see if we're gonna protect the protocols, maybe how the protocol is made, and then also NDA that we will register it in the trade department, so that there is a kind of protection based on your guidelines at that time.
And would you say, like, on in order to wrap it up, like on the impact towards you and your company, how is now the level of awareness, your knowledge about IP? Is it better? Do you know now how to get the data, who to contact, or maybe collaborate with some local lawyers in Indonesia?
Yeah, sure, we will do. But the key is, again, I have the name, if it's registered in the database of the Ministry of Law and Justice. If that is out, then we can move to the next step, and I will definitely contact you and others here to see what is the next step to protect us better for the future.
And would you tell people or other SMEs that it's important to protect their intellectual property, or just wait until a possible potential litigation starts? Because many people think, well, let's save costs and wait until like a later stage.
No, definitely not. This is a key, I think, for working in Asia, because in Asia is a copy country. Yeah? So we were also afraid that one time we lose one of our experts, and they start to copy our way of working in the street, in the next street behind us. Yeah? So that's again also the reason why we do this. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So for you, it's not like, as we remember that you were talking at first with the Helpdesk, and you were more thinking about only patents, and now for you it's like building an IP strategy, combining different sources of and different type of intellectual property rights, and not only patents, for example.
Right. Thank you. Right.
So your understanding was like evolving.
Yes,
so,
that's
okay.
true.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
Could we go to the last slide, please? Okay, so here is, if you want to hear more about Bambu Nusa Verde, if you want to ask questions, technical question, or even if you have some ideas for partnering up with Marc Peeters and his company, so feel free to contact him. And I don't know if Marc, you want to add something before we leave the floor to the others?
No, I just want to add, Bambu Nusa Verde is quite unique. We have a total system set up, the laboratory. We can do more things for the moment. We are investigating to do rattan. So we will then have rabbit as a brand name, and also coconut. So coconut is also on market, and then it will cobit. It will be seabit. Anybody who's interested to know more, look to our website or send an email to info Bambu Nusa Verde, and then we can talk. And we are a green company. We are making the world green, and we produce plants that will take out the global warming, or make the global warming a little bit less. Thank you all for listening.
Thank you very much, Marc, and we leave the floor back to Jörg.